What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Cardano today, ADA. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, my friends, and let's get into it. Cardano here sitting at about $1.02. Looking at it on a daily time frame, looking at the RSI, we are bouncing out of this area, finding support on the RSI in areas that we have found support throughout this whole cycle and throughout the last parts, this last kind of 6-month period that we've been in this cycle, finding support down in this area. It looks to be that that's where the low is this time as well. We've broken out of this range here, back tested for support, and now we are continuing higher. I absolutely do believe that we are in the middle now of this next move up, right? We moved up here, consolidated. Now we're in the midst of this next move. Generally, with these secondary moves like this, breaking out of a move that came into it like this, you do expect to see a little bit of a slower pace. Maybe not something that's on the same exact pace as this, but maybe something that overall is of a similar length from a high or a low to a high, right? Something like that could happen. From a low here to a high, well, that was the time frame. I wanted a percentage, my bad. Percentage here from a low to a high. That was about 314%. From that low there, maybe we could expect the same thing, which would take you, that would take you all the way up to about $3, yeah? $3.23, something like that could be attainable, but instead of it taking this same amount of time where it would take you until like January 18th to be there, maybe it takes you until February 18th. Maybe it's twice as long or even a little bit longer than that, but I do assume that ADA is going to go up there, right? This is the measure move based off of this bull flag here that we're associating it with. So assuming that it does get there, let's just put a line up there and we'll kind of delete everything else. $3.20, well, what is that at, actually? $3.18, we'll just remember that and then put a line there. Come on now, something like basically like right there, yeah, whatever, that's cool. If we take a relative high here to a relative low and we project out with our fibs, you can see that the 2618, the golden extension, actually lines up pretty close to that. Very, very close to that indeed, actually. That's for the secondary zone, right? Here's your primary zone between the 1272 to the 1618. Secondary zone is the 1886 to the 2618. So that is kind of at the top ends of that range. That would kind of make sense in my opinion. If we look at this on a weekly basis, we kind of zoom out and look at it on another perspective. You can take the high to low of this move that we just came out of, right? And you project out the 2272 is all the way up there, literally on that line perfectly, alongside with your all-time highs. Beautiful. Beautiful. I can't help but think that's where you're going. That's probably where you're going to be by the end of this next move here, which I think would be sometime in February. Again, going off of the given time frame we had last time, it took you 3 weeks. Maybe this time it takes you 6 weeks or 8 weeks, something like that, right? But it takes you more time. But essentially, you get the same move up. It does, generally speaking, with crypto, it does get stronger as the cycle goes on, not weaker. So if these are the moves that you've seen so far, the finale has only just begun, right? We're probably going to see more phenomenal things, and I don't think that you're going to stop here. I do think that you will see new all-time highs. But based off these fibs, there's a lot suggesting, anything from about $2.10 here, something here, to about $3.27 would be a good target area. You've got the 2618 up here at about $4.58, but I don't think that's where you're going to go by the end of February. I really do like these targets right above $3 at around $3.20. For the end of February targets, if not something just below 320, but you're at $1 now, right? That I don't know, man. That sounds pretty good in a very short amount of time there. I want to look at one more chart and then we'll finish it up. Okay. I want to look at the 3-day time frame real quick too. All right, we're gonna look at Cardano versus the average coin. I might have looked at this one last time. I can't remember if I looked at this one the exact on the last video that I did. But if I did, I still think it's important. What we want to see is we want to see this chart looking bearish, as if you're going down, not as if you're going up, right? If it's bearish, that means that Cardano, or that would mean that others is not outperforming Cardano. Cardano would be outperforming others, right? If this goes down, that means Cardano's outperforming others. Others is the majority of the crypto market cap, right? The crypto altcoin kind of market encapsulated into one chart is the others chart. So this combined with the price chart of Cardano should give us a kind of good interpretation. If we're expecting Cardano to go to the prices I'm talking about, I would expect that to make it an above average kind of mover. And if it is going to do that, then we would expect this chart to be bearish. And it very much does look bearish. I'm just going to say that. 3-day time frame, RSI looks bearish as hell. Looks like it wants to go lower than this low here. That might be a low though, right? This this could be like a cycle low for the others versus Cardano charts. So essentially what I'm getting at is I think that Cardano is going to outperform most of the market on this next move. But then after that, after Cardano gets to probably at least 240, if not above $3, probably above $3. After that happens, it probably finds support somewhere at this area that it's found support. And then this chart starts working its way up. In other words, Cardano, the average coin in the market will outperform Cardano. It'll outpace Cardano. And that makes sense. Cardano's in the top 20, right? It's in like the top 10 cryptos, right? So, I mean, if it's not in the top 10, take away stable coins and wrapped coins, it's in the top 10. It shouldn't be outperforming most of the market, right? It's one of the more secure bets. With more risk comes more reward. With less risk comes less reward. So with something like this that's less risky, it should get outpaced by the rest of the market. But not before this next move where I do think it hastens itself versus the rest of the market first. So let's see that happen. I got nothing else for you guys. The targets are, if you can't remember, if you've got, what's it called, short-term memory loss, targets are anything from about $2.10 to $3.27. I favor the $3 area, $3.16 to $3.27 personally, around the all-time highs there, just above them, in fact, probably by the end of February. And that's all I got for you. So if you like the video, hit that like button, subscribe if you want more content like this. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.